your gel pedicure looks terrible, fear not, because I'm going to show you how you can take it from gross to gorgeous. I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, you're familiar with how to do a basic pedicure, because it's not necessarily the pedicure that's giving you the problem, it's the gel polish. And the polish isn't staying well on the nails, and you keep asking yourself, is it even possible to use gel polish on toes? Yes, it is. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. And I'm going to give you more advanced tips than your basic. Make sure you're buffing so the polish has something to stick to. And use a base coat and a top coat. Yeah, those are true, but I'm sure you already knew that. These tips are going to take you from beginner to pro. I'm here to help you. Welcome to my free class here today on YouTube. Let's go. Tip number 1, dry the nails thoroughly. Think about this to put it in perspective. What's it like whenever you go get a gel manicure? It's probably a dry manicure, right? Meaning that the nails aren't soaked beforehand. 90% of salons are going to do it this way. And why is that? That's because the moisture will help the gel to lift faster. And not only is it going to lift faster, but it also might separate as you're applying it if there's moisture on the nail already. And what are you doing whenever you're giving a pedicure? Their feet are going to be soaking in a basin. So you want to make sure that you're drying the nail thoroughly before you begin applying your gel polish. And not only are the feet going to be wet, but they probably are also either going to be covered in exfoliator or lotion. So you're going to want to make sure that you get that nice dry towel, clean dry towel, and wipe their foot off really well, because using an old towel, not only may it have the lotion or the exfoliator on it already that you've used to wipe their foot, but from a client perspective, a dry towel each time just feels way nicer than using that wet towel over and over again. Tip number 2, apply the lotion after the gel polish. This goes along with the last tip in making sure that the nail is clean and dry, because lotions and creams will make the gel polish separate even more than water will. I know some nail techs who swear by doing the massage after the gel polish, and that's just a personal preference. If you feel that you're not going to be able to clean that nail plate off well from your lotion, then by all means, you can do your massage after you do the gel polish, because the gel polish is going to be dry on their toes, so you don't have to worry about smudging it. Me personally, I've never done a pedicure that way. I've always done the massage and then the polish, and that's because I did the next tip here, which is tip number 3, wipe with alcohol and acetone. You might be thinking, oh, that's a lot, using both, but let's talk about it. Okay, so you want to use alcohol, 70% rubbing alcohol, to make sure that you're rubbing the nail plate clean and getting all the residue off. But why would you use acetone too? Okay, so if you're really paranoid and your gel polish just isn't working, this is what I recommend to do. Taking your alcohol first on your nail wipe or your cotton ball, wiping the nail plate clean, wiping the skin near the nail clean so there's no residue on it, and then getting your new cotton ball, your new nail wipe, and wiping the nail over again. This would just ensure that you're really dehydrating the nail, soaking up all of that oil, that residue. Could you do alcohol twice? Could you do acetone twice? Yes, you could. They both help dehydrate and clean the plate off, the nail plate. I recommend using the alcohol over the acetone, but it's all going to come down to personal preference, what works best for you, what's available to you. Are you working somewhere that maybe doesn't have XYZ, so you need to use something else? It's going to just depend on your situation, what you need to do, what steps you feel that you need to take to get the results to where you need to be. If you're going in there and cleaning it off well with the alcohol, you should be fine as long as you're getting all the oils off. But you could also do tip number 4, apply a nail dehydrator. A dehydrator is going to work in a similar way to the alcohol and the acetone, where it's helping you clean off all of that oil from the nail plate. Do you have to use all 3? No. Could you use all 3? Yes, you could. There would be nothing wrong if you really wanted to do the alcohol, the acetone, and the dehydrator to make sure that you're really getting all of that oil off of the nails. So this is all just about options. And once again, the biggest thing is, yes, you want to take that towel, you want to clean the nails off, make sure they're dry, and then you want to use something in the form of a dehydrator and a cleaner to get all of that excess oil off of the nail plate so your gel polish doesn't separate. Tip number 5, use a primer. My favorite one is Protein Bond from Young Nails, and I'm not getting paid to say that, unfortunately. It's just one that I really enjoy using. Now, what's a primer gonna do? The primer is going to make sure that your gel polish sticks to your nail plate. So you do have to use the primer after you clean the nail plate and make sure there's no oil or residue left, because what are you gonna do? You put the primer down and then you clean the nail plate. That's not gonna make any sense. You're gonna take the primer off, so make sure that you clean the nail plate, then put the primer on. If you never used a primer before, I recommend trying it at least once. This could be a game changer for your pedicure. Trust me, there will be no looking back. If you're learning some tips that you're gonna try, please give this video a thumbs up. It makes me feel good knowing I'm helping people. Thank you. Tip number 6, only polish a few nails at a time. So let's say that you did everything that you could do. You cleaned the nail off, you dried it well, you took off the oil, but the gel polish is still moving. Oh my gosh, no, what are you gonna do? It's okay, this can still happen for certain people. You may disagree with me on this, but I've done nails on many different people and I've seen it happen. So for example, the one time I was working at a salon and my coworker, for whatever reason, wasn't able to get her client in. So her client scheduled with me and my coworker told me, hey, listen, no matter what you do, her polish is going to move. It's gonna go into the middle of her finger. And she was right, it did. This was a manicure, by the way, not a pedicure, a manicure. And the client even told me this before I started her polish, and she said it's been happening to her entire life. So what did I do? I only polished 2 or 3 nails at a time, and then the client cured her fingers in the lamp for those nails so that way the polish wouldn't move. This is more of an uncommon thing to happen, but I'm just mentioning it because I want you to know that it still can happen even if you are doing everything right. And it's okay to only polish a couple nails at a time and then cure them. The only thing with a pedicure is that will be more time consuming since you're the one who's gonna have to switch the lamp from foot to foot, but it's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do in order to get those nails looking good. If you enjoy learning about nails, please subscribe to my channel. I also make nail tutorials where I give you design ideas that you can DIY at home. But if that's not your thing, I also have a website, taranails.com, where I make and sell custom press-on nails. I take design requests, just send me a picture. All the information is on my website. Link is in the description. But in the meantime, I think you would enjoy watching this video next.